Hey guys, Matt here. In this video, we're going to talk about the one stock that I think is the key to this market, at least tech stocks for the next few weeks and maybe all the way into 2025. So as you can see on my screen, this stock is Meta, no T's, just right into it. So if you look at the chart here, guys, you can see what happened. We remember, if you follow the news, you know that Meta gapped up quite a bit on earnings, right? And then it immediately pulled back. And then within 2 trading days, we had the crash this past Monday, the Japanese yen carry trade, all that drama, right? So we had the huge gap down, but now the stock has come all the way, almost all the way back to where it gapped up that morning after earnings came out that the market really loved. So what we're going to do now is explain why, not just because the chart looks like it's going strong, because you can find a lot of charts where the stock looks strong, but if you don't know the underlying principles why a stock is strong, then really you don't really give yourself any kind of edge. What gives you a conviction about a stock is when you know why it's doing what it's doing and how likely that is to continue, at least in your own opinion. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back to that earnings conference call. So I have a paid subscription to Seeking Alpha. I think it's worth it. If you want to do some deep dive research on stocks, especially earnings calls and transcripts, and read other people's opinions about stocks that also do a lot of research. So you can see here in the conference call, this is from Mark Zuckerberg. He's talking about AI, and he says it has allowed us to extend our systems and increase engagement on Facebook Reels more than our initial move from CPUs to GPUs. So increase engagement on Facebook Reels equals what? Money, right? Because the more time you spend on Facebook, Reels, Instagram, whatever, the more ads you're going to see, the more clicks you're going to do on ads, which equates to more revenue for Facebook or Meta, right? So basically what he said there is he's already seeing some return on the ad spend, because if you've been paying attention to financial news lately, you know that people have been concerned that all this money hyperscalers like Meta, Amazon, and others, Google, have been spending, they're not seeing any return on it or anything that's meaningful. So Meta, what they came out did, Zuckerberg, really smart, he came out and said, look, there's actually a way we are starting to see some return on that spend. And that's why the stock gapped up so much, in my opinion, that next morning, because Google said, hey, we're spending a bunch of money, but we're not seeing any return on it. So Zuckerberg was smart to pinpoint a way they are seeing a return on that investment. Okay, so just those little observations, guys, can really give you the conviction you need to make good trades. Also, there was this article on CNBC Pro the other day. This was yesterday, I believe, or 2 days ago. The tech stock that may hold the key to the market, it's not NVDA, so you have to have a paid subscription to see this too. But when I saw this article, I realized, this guy really wrote a good article here. It's pretty brief, but one of the points he made was that, look, Meta stock is pretty much the same at the same spot it was way back in the spring. And the reason for that is that we had a gap down on the earnings in April, in large part because investors were scared, because Zuckerberg says we're going to spend a bunch of money on AI chips. So people equated that to a reduction in margins. And so there was panic selling that afternoon. And then that morning we had the huge gap down. Now the stock recovered all that. But still, if you look at it, it's right here. It closed Friday afternoon at 517. It was at 517 all the way back here, right? Back in March. So this stock, if you think about it, is still a coiled spring, right? So Zuckerberg's proving his his prowess as a CEO here, and proving the bears wrong by saying, look, spending a lot of money on AI chips is actually paying off already, right? And you were foolish if you sold it down here, right? That in hindsight, anyways, we see that now. So essentially, the point of this video is to show you that Meta, in my opinion, might be one of the best tech stocks to buy and hold between now and the end of the year, right? Not financial advice, just my opinion, my 2 cents. But I think that is definitely something to consider. And maybe even some call options a month or two out, who knows? But that shows you the power, guys, of learning the story behind the story, right? Instead of just staring at charts. Charting is very overrated, in my opinion, because if you put 5 or 6 chartists and tell them to look at one chart, they'll all have a different opinion, right? And there's nothing quantifiable that will make one of their opinions better than the other, right? It's because everybody can look at a chart and see something different. But when you know the reason, the underpinnings for why a business or a stock is strong, that's what gives you an edge. So if you guys find this valuable, please smash the like button and the subscribe button. My name is Matt, and I'll look forward to making another video for you here real soon.